So I thought I'd do this video because I noticed things and I was like, how is this even possible? So I thought I'd do this video showing you how I managed to grow my leg muscles during lockdown, which to me is a bit bizarre because I do more at the gym on leg day, but then it kind of shows that maybe I'm actually doing too much and my muscles aren't able to recover as fast as if of what I'm doing today. So today will now, so I thought I'll show you, first off I'll show you what I actually do on leg, well not show you, tell you what I do on leg day, but also include other things that I do that involve my legs throughout the week, just in case they actually help the situation as well. So first off, during lockdown, the one body part I did not want to lose the muscles the most was my legs. The legs I just did not because it took me so far to get to the point where I actually really fell in love with my legs, because I had some real issues with my legs, as in like self-conscious issues, because before I started like working out and stuff, like my legs were like, I consider them being wobbly, just fat. And I remember that moment when I noticed that my legs were like more tighter was the day I thought I was gonna cry. So my legs were one of those number one things I didn't want to lose muscle. And if you're wondering, another body part is my triceps as well, because I built some really good triceps. But most of it I just didn't want to lose my leg muscle. So I noticed that my legs were actually bigger when last week. So basically how I notice when my muscles have kind of, they've gotten bigger or that sort of thing, they're more defined and stuff, is when I'm not actually looking for it. So it could be I walk past a mirror and notice, I'm like, geez, what? Or it could be, someone notices and tells me and I'm like, okay, I didn't notice that. So most of the time I notice things when I'm not looking for it. So this time it was actually when I came out the shower and I was like, well, I didn't have a shower. Was it a shower? No, I had a shower. I was coming out the shower and there's like a cupboard with a mirror on it, and I was like, I swear to God, my legs have gotten bigger. How is this even possible? So 3 hours a day, I'm like, how the hell is this even possible? So yeah, so I thought I'd share with you how I managed to do it and everything like that. So first day with leg day. So it has recently changed a little bit, but I'll obviously go through what I did before. So, and I've got clips showing you the length of which I did these, just because it's like easier to judge how long and stuff like that. So the first one I used to do is I had a rucksack. So this rucksack I had the complete collection of Alan Agapo, and it was like a massive book. I didn't have my Xbox 360, I know, a bit dangerous. But I didn't want to put my PS4 in there. It was like, I'm happy. Well, I won't be happy if it breaks, but you know what I mean? It's kind of like, I'd rather that break than my PS4. And then I had my camera in there as well, put my camera in its bag in the rucksack. So that was to add like weight to it, because I did not have, and I still don't have, a weighted vest. So what I did first was this I did as a warm up. So I would do a squat walk. If you don't know what that is, basically you're in a squat position and you walk. So I'd walk from one end. So first off, actually I'm skipping ahead. So first off I'd run. So I'd run down there, up again, down there, up again twice, and then I'd go to the squat walk, down, up, and I'll swap it over for 5 minutes, and then I'll take a 2-minute break. Then after that I would, for another 5 minutes, instead of doing a squat walk, I'll do like a military crawl on the grass. The same sort of concept is the same. I'm just replacing the squat walk with the military crawl, still with the backpack on my back. So that is what I did. And then I was like, I need something more to sort of like, what I was trying to do is kind of try and get my legs working through cardio and get them tired enough, because obviously I didn't have the same equipment that I would have at the gym. So that was the whole idea of it. So I actually picked up some hurdles. So what I did, I used 3 of them. So I started from small, big, like I'd go up in height, if that makes any sense. And I would do that for 10 minutes. So obviously I'll have a break in between, like about a minute, just jumping over, running to the end, and then running back round to the start. And I changed that as well. So I'm going to go back to what I changed. So being living in England, the weather is not 100%, it will rain. And obviously, because I have the rucksack I used was a fabric rucksack, and I had electronics in there, which I didn't particularly want to get wet. So I ended up changing that. So what I actually did was, instead of doing what I was doing before, I decided to actually run around the garden. Again, I'll show you the perimeter of which I ran. So I used to run around it 5 times, and then I'd swap, and then I would run, well not run, but go sideways around for 5 minutes, swapping and changing around 5 times. So 5 times running, and then 5 times going sideways, and then I'll take a 2-minute break, and then I do it again for another 5 minutes. And what I did as well is, if I went the first 5 rounds, if I went lead sideways, if I was leading with my right leg, and then I'd swap around and lead with my left leg. So so it's kind of evenly done. And I noticed doing it that way is that I found that my legs were working a lot harder. So that's why I changed it to that way permanently. And then another thing I did with the hurdles, so instead of having 3 hurdles out, I actually had 1 hurdle out, sometimes 2. And what I would do is I'll just like run, jump over the hurdle, run to the bottom, and then jump over the hurdle, that sort of thing. Do it how many times before I tire myself, and then take a little bit of a break, and then do the same again. And I'll do that for 15 minutes, and then sometimes I'll have a second one. So 1 lower, 1 higher, go up 1, go down, and instead of using the same hurdle, I'll go and jump over the second hurdle, like so. And again, I do that 15. And what I'll do as well, especially if it's just one that I'm using, then I will slowly bring it up over the 15 minutes. So that's what I'm doing now. But I thought I'd tell you what I was doing before, because obviously that was kind of involved in the situation, in the workout. Another thing that I do as well is I do wall sits. So I used to do it with a plum pot, but now I don't use a plum pot. This is what I actually use. This is a bag where I keep all the hurdle bases, and what I noticed is this bag is quite heavy, so I use this quite a lot. So what I did was, for the wall sits, I will use these. The hurdles that I was using, I would stick them in here. So I've got all the base hurdles in here, and I would stick 2 5 kg weights. I don't have them to just show you, but you know what 5 kg weights look like, dumbbells. Repeat, dumbbells. And I would do this for a minute on, a minute off, and I'd do that 3 times. And then I would also do deadlifts with this as well. So again, I'll keep the 2 5 kg in here. I might weigh this if a mum will let me use the scales, just to show, because I actually am not 100% sure how much this weighs. If I do, then I'll add it in the video, because I'm not 100% sure. So again, leaving the 2 5 kg weights, I will do 4 sets of 15 of the deadlifts, and then I'll still use this bad for squats. You have to be able to grip it. If you get the grip, then it is possible to do it. I would just take 1 5 kg dumbbell out, and then I'll do the squats. And for the squats, again, 4 sets of 15. And then I'll do my little like fluff sort of exercise. I kind of do it more of a stretch, just to work out glutes. So I'll kick my legs back, and then to the side as well. And then I'll do a full-on strength stretch. So that is basically what I do for leg day. So what I'm going to do is include sort of like warm-ups I do. So I use a skipping rope for a warm-up. I don't use it all the time, but I use it on Mondays. And then I will also use it on a day which I do boxing as well, boxing training. I will use a skipping rope as as a warm up. Also with the boxing sort of thing, I swap the days between Tuesdays and Wednesdays. So sometimes it's Tuesday, sometimes Wednesday. It changes it each week. So I include that I do boxing as well. So I do, obviously I do the bag. I also do some drills as well. So obviously if you use boxing as well, that kind of does your legs as well. If you are sort of doing drills which involves like leg movements and stuff like that. So there's that. Tuesdays, as I said, if I'm not doing boxing training, I will do like a step sort of thing. It's to replace the Stairmaster at gym. So basically, I don't actually have a step thing, but in my garden, there's literally like a platform sort of thing, and I use that to step up and down. On that, I do that as well. Also, when I do boxing, I have like a finisher where I have a bag of goodies here and I have a timer for 10 minutes. So basically I pick an exercise out of here and then I will roll the dice, or I have a dice on my tablet and it's a 20 sided, and then whatever number I pick out, I have to do that exercise that many times. So for example, if it is jump squats, then I will and I roll a number 5, then I have to do 5 of them, that sort of thing. With this bag, it's a mix of everything, so it does have leg work. As I said, it's got squats in there, it's got long jumps in there, so it does have like leg work as well in here. So that is literally it. That is what I do and how I made my legs, grow during lockdown, which is a bit unusual. But yeah, I would say out of all my body parts, my legs are the ones where I've not noticed any sort of decrease in muscle mass, where the rest of my body I've noticed some sort of decrease. So I have unfortunately noticed decrease in my triceps. My biceps have come back, but that's only since I bought the dumbbells, 12 kilogram dumbbells, which I usually use for curls at the gym anyway. So I've noticed they're popping back up again, but that's only because I managed to get a weight for that, the ones that I use, the same weight that I use at the gym as well. But other than that, I've kind of sort of, my legs are the ones that have like stayed strong, which makes me so fucking happy, because I didn't want them to go. As I said, the stuff that I do at the gym for leg day is a lot, so it surprised me how I've still managed to put muscle mass on my legs. But all I can think of is the fact that I was doing a little bit too much at the gym, and I was just ripping my muscles apart too much to the point where they were struggling to recover, even though I do leg day once a week because of that. But sometimes I do when there was part runs, obviously there's not anymore because of COVID, but when I was doing part runs, I'd do them on a Saturday. So depending on my shift at work, so that's the only thing I could think of. Maybe I was doing too much where my muscles were struggling to recover, or because I was doing too much, I wasn't giving them enough time to recover. Maybe that was it. That's all I can think of. But I'm just so happy. I'm just so happy. Like my legs are they're growing. Like I was hoping it would stay the same, if you get what I mean. Like I didn't want to lose anything, but the fact that I've actually put on muscle on my legs, it just surprises me. But yeah, that is it for this video. So bye guys.